Gunnold's Filmoplast is a self-adhesive backing available in black and white and in different lengths and widths. Just lay your material out on a piece of Filmoplast and embroider. That way, it is even possible to embroider very small, difficult-to-hoop items. Now you will be able to embroider, for example, on cap panels or nylon bags without any problems. This is a particularly difficult task since only the outer fabric should be embroidered, otherwise you would stitch up the outer pocket. To facilitate the straight alignment of the panel, we mark the release paper with a crosshair. Let the embroidery needle penetrate at 4 different points. At the top, then at the bottom, on the left, and on the right. The crosshair will facilitate the alignment of the fabric you want to embroider later on. With a ruler, connect the 4 points horizontally and vertically. Now lightly score the release paper, then peel it off to uncover the adhesive side of the backing. Again, we trace the imprint of the crosshair with a ruler and pen. We now align a seam of a cap, for example, the center seam, along the lines of the crosshair. Firmly press the cap fabric onto the Filmoplast, pulling the sweatband towards you to avoid sewing it to the fabric. Then we attach a few 2 by 2 cm cut-to-size strips of double-faced adhesive tape all around the cap, and again press the cap firmly onto the Filmoplast. The strips will hold the cap in place, thus preventing any flagging. A printout of the design is pinned to the cap. Move the embroidery frame to position the embroidery needle exactly above the starting point of the embroidery design. Remove the printout and start the embroidery process. When the embroidery is complete, move the hoop out of the machine and carefully peel off the cap. Be careful to keep the framed Filmoplast intact and do not remove the double-faced adhesive strips. We close the window with a scrap piece of Filmoplast, then peel off the release paper to embroider on the exact same area as before. We position the next cap, again aligning the center seam along the line of the crosshair, and firmly press the cap onto the adhesive tape. Move the hoop and needle to the starting point, then start the embroidery process once more. Depending on the texture of the fabric, 10 to 20 caps may be embroidered using the same framed piece of Filmoplast. Once the adhesiveness of Filmoplast weakens, just apply a new layer and continue with the embroidery process.